Hello, I'm Matthew Moore, the community manager for the Cooking Light Diet. I'm here with our registered dietitian, Carolyn Williams.
Hi.
Today we're going to show you how to take one rotisserie chicken and make 3 delicious meals for the week. And the great thing about these meals is you can make them for lunch or dinner. So we already had a rotisserie chicken and we went ahead and just chopped that up because per comments from previous Facebook Live videos, y'all probably don't want to watch us just tearing a chicken apart. But so what we're going to do first is we're going to make cheesy chicken bagel pizzas. You can find the recipe in the comments section. But these are the easiest thing to make, and they're actually one of my favorite recipes. I work for Cooking Light, but I'm not that adept in the kitchen, which is one reason why I'm doing a Cooking Light Diet Challenge right now. But I'm trying to get more adept, but this is one of the easiest recipes for me to make. So all you do is you take 2 tablespoons of a low sodium marinara. And if you can't find a low sodium marinara, which you might not be able to because I've struggled with that for a while, just trying to find the right ingredients, regular marinara will do. And you're going to take 2 tablespoons, we've already measured this out, and just lightly coat your bagel there.
You can also make your own marinara sauce from scratch too,
Yeah.
which we have tons of recipes on.
You absolutely can. I'm not to that point yet. Maybe one day.
A tomato basil pasta sauce will also work good too. If you can't find a marinara or don't want to make your own.
So you're just gonna take the marinara and make a nice little base on your bagels. And the recipe doesn't call for it, but what I like to do if I have any greens on hand is go ahead and add some greens.
Really, any green will work here. You can put your green on the pizza, or you can, if you've got some greens in the fridge, you can toss a little salad with vinaigrette to go on the side. Spinach, we've got arugula here. Just anything that you have will work.
We're going to be making an arugula salad here for the 3rd recipe from this rotisserie chicken, so I figured, might as well just go ahead and use up that arugula. So any greens that you have in the fridge left over will work. Once you put those on top, which again, completely optional, you're just gonna put the chicken on there.
And I use rotisserie chickens a lot. I found that from a rotisserie chicken, you can usually get about 3 to 4 cups of pulled chopped meat, which means, like we're showing you here today, you can use it several times, or you can feed your whole family once or twice with it, which is really nice.
And when you make these, you don't have to make them all at once. The recipe makes 4 servings. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and make all 4, and I'll just portion them out to where I'm bringing one to work with me each day, and then I just pull them out of the fridge during the week. So if you have an oven at work, which we were fortunate enough to have, you just broil it for about 3 minutes. Get your cheese nice and brown. And let that sit for like 2 to 3 minutes. And if you don't have an oven at work, you can just pop it in the microwave for like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Get that cheese nice and gooey, and it'll still taste delicious.
So can you make this recipe for a larger family for dinner one night?
Absolutely, yeah. When I'm running kind of short on time, which I am a lot of weeks because on the weekends I have a second job at a brewery, I'll just go ahead and take one of these that I portioned out for lunch and have it for dinner. So you can have them for lunch or dinner, it really doesn't matter.
I rely on these a lot for dinner. This is a go-to family favorite of mine because my kids love them too, and it doesn't feel like diet food. And lunches I usually have that planned out because I have time to pack a lunch while I'm at work. But dinner, when it's hectic and everybody's getting home, that's when it's crazy for me. So that's when I love to pull out the cheesy chicken pizzas or bagels.
And that's the good thing about the 3 recipes that we're making here is because what we hear from a lot of the Cooking Light Diet community members is they don't have a lot of time. I mean, we do have a lot of people in our community who are retired and have time to just cook 3 meals a day. But I mean, if you've got a job, if you've got kids, you don't really have time during the week to figure out what you're gonna eat, which is one reason why these recipes are so great, because if you have 5-10 minutes in the morning, you can put these together really quick, head out the door, and have a delicious lunch that we've actually had people say that their coworkers get a little bit envious of what they pull out.
Oh, I totally do.
Yeah,
when you make that.
I like that it uses staples. Most of the time I already have some cheese in my refrigerator. And you really could use any kind of shredded. You could do a Monterey Jack or a mozzarella and Parmesan. And then I usually have a jar of marinara pasta sauce in my pantry or in my fridge, and so you don't need that much to pull it together.
How would you prep these ahead of time? Do you typically
yeah,
prep ahead of time?
I start by buying bagels that are already pre-cut. Just saves you a little extra time. And prep ahead of time. I go ahead and do like we just did there. Go ahead and set your bagels out. Put your marinara on. Go ahead and put the spinach on. Even though you're putting marinara on the bagel, the bread doesn't really get soggy if you're going to put it in the fridge. And then you can just top it with the chicken and the cheese. Put it in the fridge for a little bit, and then just pull them out as you need them. I put them in little individual Tupperware containers.
Could you do it with flatbread too, maybe, or
Definitely.
toast, whole grain toast?
Yeah.
You can switch it up a little bit.
If you want to get a little more nutrients in it, you could do a whole wheat or whole grain bagel. We just use a plain bagel here, or you could use one of the bagel thins to cut the calories and carbs down a little, or a flatbread.
Yum.
How are they looking?
They are looking delicious, Carolyn. Thank you for asking. Wonderful.
Yum.
There you go.
Wow.
Unlike at home, I didn't burn them this time. So,
Good job.
there you go, some delicious cheesy chicken bagel pizzas. And you see how quick that took to put together. I mean, that takes next to no time. So that was the first meal that we're making with our rotisserie chicken. The next meal that we're going to be preparing is a spicy chicken quesadilla. Or if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, quesadilla.
Yum.
Okay.
And these are going to be really simple too, just like everything else that we're going to be making today. So you've got chicken, rotisserie chicken. You've got cheese. The recipe calls for pepper jack cheese, but if you want to save money and you want to save time, you don't have to worry about using a different cheese. We're using the same mozzarella that we used with the cheesy chicken bagel pizza. So we're going to use that cheese up as well. And since I didn't use all that cheese, we'll go
Ooh, extra cheese.
quesadilla. I like my quesadillas extra cheesy.
Me too.
Then we've got some black beans, some corn, which another great tip for the corn is to go ahead and buy the bags in the freezer section that are frozen. All you have to do is pop the bag in the microwave. I think you microwave it for like a minute and a half.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be hot, it just needs to be thawed.
Yeah, and then jalapenos, sour cream, and salsa. So what you do is you take the chicken and the black beans and the corn and the peppers and the salsa, and you're just gonna mix that all up. Carolyn, will you do me the honors of mixing that up, please?
I think you've made this a time or two.
I have made that a lot. It's if you've got these ingredients already on hand, I mean, it comes together really quick. What you can do if you're cooking for 1 or 2 people, if you're cooking for one, what I'll do is I'll just, since it serves 4, I'll make one. I'll take the rest of the ingredients, put it in the fridge, and then before you make another one, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just microwave it for 30 to 45 seconds. Because when you put it on your skillet, the tortilla will be hot, but then you'll have kind of a cold middle.
So I'm just evenly dividing this among 4 tortillas, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
I haven't made this before, so I need you to guide me.
And one tip that I recommend is when you take your cheese, if you put a little bit down underneath the filling, it'll stick easier. So when you're flipping it, if you're not that experienced of a quesadilla flipper, it'll be that much easier for you to flip and keep in one piece.
This uses 1/4 cup of canned black beans, which you may not know what to do with the rest of those. And I keep those in my refrigerator, the leftover. They're great to toss in salads, get a little extra protein and fiber. I put on scrambled eggs with a little bit of the salsa that we have left over from these quesadillas too. So there's definitely ways to use them up and sneak them into your meals in the week.
And if you're just joining us, we're making 3 recipes with 1 rotisserie chicken that are awesome and delicious, and your family will thank you for them. And if you're cooking for yourself, your belly will thank you for them. So we're going to take the quesadilla, take a little cooking spray, I already found the perfect temperature. Before you do this at home, it might be a good idea to just take a test tortilla and find the perfect heat so you don't burn your tortilla, because I have burnt many a tortilla and you don't want to do that. So you just want to find the right temperature and get a big enough spatula. I learned this from my dad as a kid when he was making pancakes. If you have a tiny spatula and you're making pancakes or quesadilla, you're going to be disappointed.
So what heat do you have it on right now?
So it's sort of medium-high heat. You don't want it too hot because then your tortilla will burn pretty quickly, and again, that'll make for a pretty disappointing quesadilla. I'll eat it even if it's burnt because I'm not made of money. But yeah, just medium-high heat. Wait till it gets a little golden brown, then you're going to flip it to the other side. Wait till that gets golden brown. And then you cut it into 4 quarters and top it with some of that sour cream. And it's pretty delicious.
Now, how long does it take to cook?
It depends on the range. Right now, it seems like this is taking 6 years for me. First Facebook Live, can't even say Facebook. But usually, probably about a minute and a half on each side if you got the temperature right. Sometimes less than that. But this is actually one of my favorite recipes. I'm doing a 6-week Cooking Light Diet challenge right now. This is the start of week 3. If you want to follow along and just check on my progress, it's hashtag 6weekCLD on the Instagrams. And so far it's going pretty well. And if you're interested in hearing any community member success stories from other people doing the Cooking Light Diet, is that thing on? It's on. Man, I didn't claim to be a professional. That's why I'm doing the challenges, so I can get better in the kitchen.
How much have you lost so far?
So far, going into week 3, I've lost 7 pounds.
Wow.
That's great.
So not enough to where I'm not sweating right now while on camera, but it's progress. Pants are starting to fit a little bit better. And you just get a little bit more energy too. I mean, the thing about the Cooking Light Diet is it's the name is Cooking Light Diet, but it's more of a healthy lifestyle. It's a commitment to portion control, and it's not about deprivation. I mean, obviously we're making cheesy chicken bagel pizzas and we're making quesadillas. You're not eating cardboard and, drinking lemon with cayenne pepper. I'm just gonna check and see if that's, we're gonna turn this up a little bit because it's not as hot as it
You
was.
want to go ahead and start working
when
on
I
the other
tested
one
earlier.
now?
Yeah,
I can start
Carolyn's
with the salad.
gonna do the salad and we'll come back to me with the quesadilla whenever the oven cooperates.
We've got a grilled chicken. Uh-oh, our vinegar spilled a bit. We've got a grilled chicken, strawberries, best salad that we're gonna make. So we're gonna take the arugula. We're gonna take about 4 cups of that.
Same arugula we used for the
Same
pizza.
arugula, and we've got a little bit left. If we wanna toss it into another dish later in the week.
We're
Let's
being
see.
economical.
Can I get a knife? I
Yeah.
need to slice these strawberries. We're gonna take about a 1/3 cup of feta cheese and about half of a sliced red onion.
Too big of a knife? Sorry.
A bit big
There
for
you go.
strawberries, but hey, it'll
That's the
work.
first one I
I'll
got.
make do.
We're live, folks. I just found the first knife I could get.
Now let me point out, we soaked our red onion in water, in cold water, for about 10 minutes.
Why do you do that, Carol?
Takes away that that bitter, harsh bite that red onion can have. And we're gonna slice our strawberries.
While she's slicing, pro tip for cutting onions: if you burn a candle, supposedly you're not supposed to cry.
Vanilla? Is it a vanilla candy?
I don't know if it's vanilla. I thought it was just any candle. I could be wrong. That happens all the time.
I don't know if I've ever cut a strawberry with this kind of knife before.
Sorry, you're doing great. It's been a consolation.
Looks gorgeous.
Okay, now we're just gonna whisk together a quick dressing. Now I will tell you, if you look at the link for the recipe gives you the directions and the ingredients to grilled chicken in which you marinate. So make sure you pay attention to the olive oil and the vinegar it's divided. So since we're not marinating it, since we're using rotisserie chicken, we are going to use just a tablespoon of the vinegar and the olive oil. So I've got my white balsamic vinegar. Regular balsamic vinegar would also work. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt and pepper and a little bit of sugar, just to add a touch of sweetness. And then I'm gonna whisk in my olive oil and make a quick vinaigrette. And then we're just gonna pour it over the salad. Get all of it out. Okay. And toss our salad. Not the best solid tosser. And can you hand me a plate over?
Absolutely, I would love it.
We're gonna plate up 1/4 of this. Yeah, we have any tongs? That would be great.
And so another good thing about the Cooking Light diet, of which there will be a link to that in the comment section, if you decide to subscribe, all the recipes come together pretty quickly because we're just aware of the fact that a lot of people just don't have time to spend in the kitchen trying to figure out what they're going to feed the family and then have the time to actually cook a very involved meal. So as you can see from these 3 recipes that we've prepared, they all come together really quick.
So what I did is, since we did not grill and marinate our chicken, or marinate and grill our chicken, we used a rotisserie chicken. And you can use about 1/2 cup of shredded chopped chicken in place of the marinated grilled chicken, if that's what you want to do. So I just topped a serving of the salad.
Great.
How's the quesadilla coming?
Oh man, I ruined it. It's the temperature is a little. It's gonna take a minute, folks. So we'll wait on that, and I'll eat that later and post a picture. But so quesadilla over there should have been done. That's my fault. Cheesy chicken bagel pizza and grilled chicken strawberry salad with feta and onion. So there are 3 quick and easy recipes to use up 1 rotisserie chicken to feed the family for lunch or dinner. And if you're interested in making any of these recipes, you can join the Cooking Light Diet at cookinglightdiet.com. And please remember to like, share, and
Subscribe.
subscribe to Cooking Light. Thank you.